Good day ladies and gentlemen, if my countings are correct this should be the 69th video on the channel, so what better book to cover than Fulgrim by McNeill. The book follows the Emperor's children, together with our Primarch and a fair share of remembrancers during the campaign on Bathelloren, and also everything that happens afterwards. Throughout the book, all characters strive towards perfection in their own way, and the paradise planet of Bathelloren seems to provide them with the inspiration to do so. However, we as the audience already know that Bathelloren is a planet in the service of Slaanesh, and needless to say, the chaotic influences of the planet will start corrupting the Legion soon after the campaign. If you want to see how chaos slowly turns the Legion into a bunch of depraved madmen, then this is the story for you. Now let me start off by saying that this is by far the most fucked up Warhammer novel I have ever read. The rest doesn't even come close to the extremely fucked up perverted shit that happens in this book. Basically everything you can possibly come up with happens and more. Now I personally think this is great as it does an amazing job at showing how horrifying the Emperor's children can be, but I do want to stress that this book is not for everyone. I'm not one to hand out trigger warnings or similar bullcrap, but if you have a weak stomach I do strongly suggest reading something else. But besides showing you the depravity of chaos, this book also does a great job at making sense of the fall of the Emperor's children. You get a good look in the overall Legion culture and philosophy, and you get to see the glaring weaknesses that chaos is so eager to exploit. Then later in the book you get to follow the Legion along every step towards madness, until well, shit truly hits the fan. This detailed journey is great for lore reasons, but it also leads me to the one downside that this novel has, which is the very weird pacing. The first half of this novel is extremely basic, and while there is some foreshadowing, the book just feels like another bland Space Marine novel for the first 150 pages. In a sense, this makes the book similar to Gloomspite by Annie Clark, where during the first half you might be bored and even tempted to stop reading. But then you get to the good part and the second half of the novel is definitely worth it. It's not just the shock factor of the second half that makes it worth it though. The ending itself is also very tragic in the emotional sense. I doubt there's anyone in the fandom that doesn't know how this story ends, but this book adds a lot of extra depth to it and makes it far more tragic than it already was. For the Iron Hands, but even more so for Fulgrim himself. Just in general, Fulgrim was characterized pretty well throughout the novel. You get a good look at all of his flaws and imperfections, and you basically get a glimpse behind the mask of arrogance and vanity. On top of that, you get to see his relationship with Horus, which was done extremely well. The legions as well are closer to each other than any other legion, which makes their eventual fallout very powerful. It also helps to get an understanding of why the Iron Hands and their Primarch were so furious during the Dropsite massacre. And well, in the end, I'm a bit torn up with what to rate this novel. It's not perfect by any means, and the first half is kinda lame at times. However, in the end, I will still give this 5 out of 5 creepy snake monsters, as I found this a truly unforgettable book, and I think The Fall of the Emperor's Children is executed perfectly by McNeill. This is the book to read for anyone who wants to see how horrible chaos can get, and for everyone who would like to see a legion slowly fall into their clutches. But yeah, again, not for anyone with a weak stomach, this book. Anyway, that was all I got for you today. Have a nice day, the book's linked down below, and don't forget your daily prayers to the... oh, well, actually, for this one time, don't forget your daily prayers to the Emperor.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing and click ringing the bell to appease the Great Horned Rat. For more lore content, please check my main channel and leave any book recommendations in the comments down below. I gotta get back to reading the next book.